Donald Trump was furious over the weekend, which is pretty much how I imagine he spends all of his weekends, but he was furious about the fact that there was this big hurricane that hit the Gulf Coast of the United States, knocked out power for over 1 million people in the state of Louisiana. And apparently that's a horrible thing, not because of, the devastation that it caused, but because it caused the corporate media to not be talking about Afghanistan. Here's Donald Trump appearing on the Todd Starnes show yesterday, where he was bitching about corporate news coverage of the hurricane. Take a look.
And, I put up, you probably saw, I put up the opening to Patton, the movie Patton. We were in Alabama. We had 68,000 people show up in Alabama in the rain. Can you believe it? That's showing you that, they have the fake news and they have all of the big tech and all of the crooked politicians and everything else. But we have the people. They're not taking this. They are not taking what's happening in Afghanistan. And, if you look last night, all they talked about was the hurricane. You look at CNN and you look at MSDNC, these are horrible. They're way down. Fortunately, they're way down in ratings. But all they want to talk about is the hurricane or anything else that they can talk about, because Afghanistan is not something that can even be discussed in a rational way.
Now, let's be clear about something. The corporate media has covered Afghanistan wall-to-wall, nonstop, only taking a break to cover the hurricane, which, was major news here in the United States. Wind speeds of 150 miles an hour when the eye wall came on shore. This was actually one of the strongest hurricanes to ever make landfall here in the United States. And he's mad that the media talked about it, like suddenly that's a bad thing. So far, we have 4 confirmed deaths from the storm. Officials expect that number to skyrocket over the next few days as the floodwaters recede and they're able to actually get in there and start counting the bodies. Not to mention, as I had already said, the 1 million+ people without electricity, which, by the way, includes hospitals in Louisiana that are packed full of COVID patients. This is a disaster. In fact, I'm shocked we're not getting more media coverage of Hurricane Ida. Where I'm sitting right now, we're still getting the tail end of Ida. And point of order here, yesterday, this entire area, which again was on the outskirts of Ida, still getting strong winds and rains. Matt Gaetz, our congressman, even though his whole district was shut down because of the hurricane, never tweeted a single word about it. Not one. Just totally didn't care. And apparently Trump doesn't care either, because he needs the media to focus on Afghanistan. We're already seeing the fact that it's knocked Joe Biden's approval rating down by a staggering 2 points. So he needs it to go down even further. Republicans need the media to talk about Afghanistan, but they're ignoring the fact that, one, majority of people say we should have gotten out of Afghanistan. And true, second, they do believe that Joe Biden fumbled the response. However, they've moved on. The public doesn't care about Afghanistan anymore. I'm sorry, but they're glad to see it over with, and they're moving on to the next outrage. Like hurricanes and extreme weather events that are killing people here on American soil. Sorry that bugs you, Donald. Maybe if we did something about climate change, there would be less extreme weather events for the media to cover, and then they could focus on whatever you want them to talk about. This video is brought to you by Rise, a science-based app that makes it easy to improve your sleep to increase your daily energy. Did you know that it's normal to feel groggy when you wake up and sluggish in the afternoon? However, it is not normal to feel tired throughout the day. That's an indication that you're carrying sleep debt, limiting your natural energy peaks and making your dips less productive. You can become a morning person. And don't worry, you don't have to stop using your phone before bed. And you can do it without buying a new mattress, supplements, or weighted blanket. Rise uses a scientific, fact-based approach to help you get the sleep your body needs. It's built around the 2 principles that sleep researchers agree most affect how we feel and perform: sleep debt and circadian rhythm. Sleep debt is the only sleep score that matters. Rise tracks how much sleep you owe your body relative to your own unique sleep need and helps you pay it back. Your circadian rhythm dictates your personal energy peaks and dips throughout the day. Rise not only predicts your daily energy schedule, it helps you take control of it. Every morning, Rise tells you how long you'll be groggy, when your peak focus times will be, and when you should start winding down for better sleep and more energy the next day. With Rise, you can improve 16 science-based habits that will help you reduce your sleep debt and optimize your day based on your energy schedule. Rise helps you realize your potential with real results, real productivity, real performance, and real well-being. So go to risescience.com/ROF, download the Rise app today, and try it free for 7 days. Most Rise users feel the benefits in just 5 days, so try it today to learn more about your sleep and energy levels, plus feel better, all for free during the trial. Whether you want to become a morning person, be less exhausted throughout the day, or just improve your productivity and daily energy, Rise is the power behind your next best day. That's risescience.com/ROF to try the Rise app free for 7 days.